Oh my goodness, hello guys. It's been a long time. Like, we're approaching like a month since I have recorded anything. A month since New York, which is crazy. Today, I am just running a couple of errands. I wanna go get lunch, and I just figured I'd bring you guys along. I thought we could do a fun little drive with me, answering questions that nobody asked, life update type of video. So I'm driving to my first errand right now, and I figured we would just catch up because it's been a long time. I don't know. So what have I been doing? Truly working constantly. I kind of told you guys on my last like little New York recap video, but I work at Disneyland, in case you don't know, and Disney is always months ahead of whatever is coming up. So obviously now we are in like the Halloween season, but right when we had come back from New York, which was like mid-August, we were already into full-blown, even before that actually, but especially after coming back, we were in like full-blown rehearsals for Halloween time. And honestly, Christmas is like already around the corner. It's like already being worked on actually. So it's just like months ahead, and we are in work. We had like a bunch of overnights when I came back from New York, so my sleep schedule just immediately got thrown off, and then now we're in full-blown just holiday stuff. That's what I've been up to. My days have just been like super sporadic, and my work hours have been kind of crazy, so I haven't really had a ton of time to make videos, and I apologize. I have to prioritize this just a little bit more, mainly because it's just fun for me, and I don't know, I hope that I make good content for you guys, but I'm gonna try my best. I have a day off today, so I'm gonna try to like make some content for like YouTube, TikTok, all the fun things. Yeah, that's basically all that I have been doing, is literally working. So nothing fun on my end. What about you guys? Comment down below what you've been up to. The first thing on the agenda that I want to talk about is books, because you guys know that I am very into reading right now. I still don't have a little, what's it called? I don't know, just like a little holder for my camera in my car. I know I should, especially because I think vlogging in the car is so fun. I don't know, I enjoy watching videos of people vlogging in the car. I enjoy talking, so it's just a lot of fun, but this seems to be working pretty well. You're like pressed up against my dashboard. My September TBR, I posted about this on TikTok. I don't think I posted about it on here, but it's to read 4 books. I've kind of gone off. This is the thing. I make TBRs, but I don't stick to them, like almost ever. And I am not sticking to this month's. Well, I kind of am. But basically, I started out wanting to read Crying in H Mart, the Assassins, okay, I want to start the Throne of Glass series from Sarah J. Maas, because obviously I'm a huge ACOTAR fan. So the Assassin's Blade and Throne of Glass were the other two. It's controversial in which order you should read those books, but that's what I've decided. And then I was going to read Never Lie by Frida McFadden. So I finished Crying in H Mart. Thoughts on that? It was very sad and depressing and heavy, and it took a lot. Like, it was only about 200 pages, but it took me a long time to finish because I just like the subject matter. It basically is focusing on her relationship with her mom who died. So it's just a heavy book, and there were a lot, I don't want to say I didn't like it, because I did, but I did see some people saying like it felt like this was her journal or her diary, and like this was not intended for anybody else to read. Oh crap, I was supposed to get over. Damn it. We've made a wrong turn. It's okay. So I kind of got those vibes from the book 100%, and it just made it like awkward at points where I was like, I feel like I shouldn't be reading this. Like, this is very personal, and like there were some parts that I could relate to, but then there was some that I was like, oh my god, I feel like I shouldn't be knowing this about her family. And also, like, I don't know, there were just parts of it that I think she redeemed her mom because they didn't have a good relationship for most of their lives. She kind of redeemed her mom because obviously it's her mom, but there were parts that I was just kind of like, you know what, it seems like you and your mom didn't have a good relationship, and that's also okay, you know? I don't know. So I had mixed feelings on it, but overall it was just heavy and like kind of depressing. So then I did start the Assassin's Blade. I saw some people saying, like, if you start Assassin's Blade first, because that's the prequel, you won't fully understand what's happening unless you start with Throne of Glass. I do see what they mean, because I don't know what's happening. So I kind of took a break. It just kind of started right in the middle of like things happening, and I feel like I don't know these characters, I don't know what's happening, I don't know their relationships to each other. So I don't think it's too late. I'm literally like 3% into the book for me to change the order if I want. I realize that I'm the type of reader who, like, if I'm not vibing with a book, I just have to move on, and I can't force myself to read it. So that's what I did. I moved on. And I'll come back. I know that people really talk it up, like they say it's better than ACOTAR. So I believe it. I just think that currently it was just maybe not the vibe for me. So I moved on and started reading Never Lie by Freida McFadden. That was a great book. I love Freida McFadden. She is the queen of thrillers, and I knew that because it's spooky season, I really wanted to read some thrillers over the next like 2 months or so. So it was a great thriller to get into it. Great book though. It had so many twists and turns, and it was wild. You always think that you can predict what's gonna happen in a Freida book, and then she just throws you for a freaking loop, which is what happened to me. So next up, I kind of don't want to go back to Assassin's Blade just yet. I'm having like this overwhelming urge to read the Harry Potter series. I love Harry Potter. I love the movies. I grew up with them. We saw the Harry Potter and the Cursed Child play in New York, and it was amazing. And I've never read the books. I owned some of them growing up, but I was a big reader growing up, but just something about J.K. Rowling's style did not capture me at the time, and I remember trying multiple times like to get into the books because I really wanted to read them because everybody else was doing it, but I never got into them. I think that now that I'm older, I know what the story is, so I know what to expect. Obviously the books have greater detail and like stuff that the movies didn't include, and I feel like that would help me because in some of the movies, like in like Order of the Phoenix especially, I feel like the movies lose me at a certain point. Like I kind of don't know what's happening anymore, and I've talked to people who've read the books and they're like, yeah, that's because a bunch of stuff was left out that really explains the story and explains what's going on, so it makes sense that you're a little lost. So I have decided I want to start reading it. It's obviously a big journey. It's like 7 books to get through. The first one is only like, it's like less than 300 pages, so I feel pretty confident in getting through this first one. And I'm excited. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. Okay, next up, let's talk about just like where we're living. So our current apartment, we've been having some problems with it. I don't know how much I've talked about our neighbor, but we have some problems with our upstairs neighbor. He's just very loud and like, it's bad. And also just like the management is not the greatest. The site that we pay our rent on is like super sketchy also, but they are changing that this month, so hopefully that helps. I don't know, it's just like weird things. Like they've been working on my garage ever since we moved in. They ended up like doing some sort of retrograding in case there's ever an earthquake, which I appreciate, but it looks so ugly now, and I also don't know how it would help if there was an earthquake. I don't know. And there were just times that they told me I couldn't even park there. It's a long story. So we're not super happy with where we're living. We did only sign a 9-month lease because I don't know why they just didn't give us the option to do a 12-month. So currently we are facing the decision of if we want, well, not currently because our lease isn't up for a while, but if we want to even renew or not. And since it's only 9 months, like 9 months is coming up quick, and it's gonna be over at the end of February. So we're gonna have to know what we wanna do in a couple months. So that's kind of unfortunate, but I don't know. I guess we'll see how that works out. Truly, if I could move anywhere I wanted tomorrow, I would move to New York. You guys know I'm obsessed. I've always been obsessed ever since I was a little kid. I have always wanted to go to New York. And just honestly, like the way that I would move tomorrow, if that was an option and if I could afford it. Something in me just like truly wants just to live somewhere else. I've lived in California my whole life, and specifically Southern California my whole life. I never thought I'd ever want to go anywhere else, and I do love it here. Like, I think through and through, I'm a California girly and I belong here and I will end up here. But I just want to, for like a year, go somewhere else, experience something different, and then come back. Truly just, I don't know. It's also complicated because like obviously we work here. It's obviously not just me. I can't just like up and leave, you know. But that's the current situation. So we may be moving next year, regardless, like just somewhere. And I'll bring you guys along. I'll be doing moving vlogs, of course. I am currently on my way to Chipotle because I'm so hungry. I wanted to get Starbucks while we did our little errand run, but it's just something took a lot longer than it was supposed to, and so now I'm starving. I thought about going to the mall, but maybe we'll do a little pit stop at home, eat, then go to the mall. I don't have to go to the mall. I just want to shop for clothes, but we don't have to. But we're going to Chipotle and I'm very excited. Let's move on to my next subject that I want to talk about. What I want to do. Oh my gosh. This is another thing that I feel like I just have to vent about. I have been in a crisis, a literal crisis, ever since we've returned home from New York. I don't know what it did to me, but I'm like a changed person. It's so dramatic. I just feel like, I don't know, I saw like a potential other life for myself, and now I came back to this and I was like, oh, I'm not happy with like work right now. But honestly, just going through a millennial life crisis, and I don't know, just finding myself like unhappy at work because I want to move up and do other things. I'm sure a lot of other people in their like mid to late 20s can relate, but I want to be able to do other things, but we're like kind of in a recession, so there's no job openings, which is unfortunate. And yeah, just feeling like stuck overall, just like stuck at work, stuck in the environment that I'm used to, and I don't know, I just need a change. I'm just gonna keep applying. I really want to give a lot more time into like this channel and TikTok, because ultimately I really love like social media, and I love editing and posting and coming up with content. I think it's so fun. Like, it would be so cool if that could be a job for me, but I don't know, currently it's not. It's just like a side hobby, but it would just be so cool if this could just be my full-time job. I'm also super into, like, I went to school for theater. I grew up dancing, acting, singing, so super into just like anything in like the arts and entertainment. Like, obviously being like an actress was always my dream, and I really want to commit more time to that because I think that work has sucked the life out of me, and I have stopped doing the things that make me happy, and that's probably why I'm like going through a crisis, honestly. Like, I don't take dance classes anymore. I don't do anything to better myself as an actor. I'm like, can I even call myself an actor anymore? I don't know. So I really want to get better. I'm thinking about taking an acting class in LA. just for funsies, but like it's so scary, but I know that it would be good for me to get out of my comfort zone and like meet new people and get back into acting. I'm definitely talking with like some friends about like coming up with some sort of reel, because if I want to audition for anything, I'm gonna need a reel. So we're starting the process of that. I have a friend who's willing to direct it for me, but I have to like write the scenes. So I might work on that today, but I'm just like not sure what to write. But we're getting things in motion. So I'm really gonna start putting all of my time and energy into doing things that make me happy and into trying to make some sort of other career for myself. Because you know what? We're 28, we're not getting any younger. It's time to do things for us. And I feel like in the past few years, I have been, living to work, and I want to be working to live. You know what I mean? So we've got to change that up. Also realize I have to get my car washed bad, but I need to clean the inside as well. Yesterday I was eating a Twix bar on my way home from work because I got off at midnight and I just needed a snack, and I didn't notice it, but I got chocolate all over my freaking seat. I mean, it's not that bad, but I'm gonna have to clean it at some point because it's smeared on my seat now, and I have like grayish seats, as you can tell, so that's not fun. Okay, so now, well, I guess I kind of talked about my goals a little bit, but I guess if I'm really setting goals for myself, like I said, I want to commit more time to this channel and like really try to like up my subscriber count and like have an audience here and just like have this be a full-time gig, because how fun. So definitely want to do that. Other goals, get a new job. Ooh, getting a house is something I would love to do. I know that we really, like, our plan was to stay in this apartment for probably 2 years and then try to get a house. We'll see what happens, like I said. But also, again, we're in like a recession, so I don't really know if we're gonna be able to afford a house. You can't afford anything in California or like anywhere right now. So I would love to get a house though one day. I would love to get a dog. I have a cat, but he's staying with my parents right now because John is allergic to cats. Red flag, I know. But he'll probably come live with us soon. And also my mom has like a new kitten, and like they kind of hate each other, but they're kind of best friends. So I don't know, I feel bad separating them now that they have like formed a little bond. But we want a puppy, but not in our current like state of life. I think that our apartment is actually a good size for like a smaller dog, but we are just so busy with work and like also enjoying the freedom of just like going out and not having to worry about a dog or a pet, or going on vacation and not having to find like a pet sitter or anything like that. So the option for puppies has definitely been brought to our attention, and our friend showed us a very cute corgi, and I want a corgi so bad, and it was real hard to say no to that. But I just feel like currently we are not in the right like state of life. Obviously if something happened and a puppy fell into our lap, we would make it work, but like we're enjoying our freedom, and like we're also just like so busy. But that's a goal. Okay, last thing that I wanted to talk with you guys about is travel plans. So obviously we just went to New York, and that was a dream destination for me, super fun. So in January, I had planned a couple months ago that I wanted to go to Hawaii because my birthday's in January. I hate cold weather. I was like, let's escape the cold, go to Hawaii for my birthday. I've never been there. I feel like I would thrive in Hawaii. But then like all of the wildfires started happening, and I just have mixed feelings on going to Hawaii, because it's like, I know that like we're taking the natural resources from like, you know, the people who really live there, and I just like don't feel great about that. But yeah, I don't know. I'll look into it because I definitely don't want to like disrespect them. But I would just love to visit because it's just a beautiful place. And I think going to like Aulani would be super fun because we would get a discount for there. So I would love to go to Aulani, and I just truly feel like I would thrive in Hawaii. It's so weird. I know they're very different, but I feel like I would thrive in either New York or Hawaii. either one is like my speed, but I just like, that's the plan. So we'll see if that happens. Then my brother brought up that he was going to Japan, and he like kind of invited me on the trip, and Japan is another like dream destination for me. Like, I'm actually gonna be so bitter if he goes and I don't, but it's okay. So we were kind of in talks about that. A couple problems. I don't have my passport and I need to get one. There's no reason I shouldn't have one. I'm just like, I don't know, lazy, and I don't do it. But I don't have my passport. Also, it's just a lot of money, and like if it is in January and we might be moving, like there just might be, you know, we're a little tight on money probably at that time. So I don't know. Part of me is like, just pull from your savings and like YOLO, who cares, right? But I don't know. I think either one of those is a possibility right now. So that's exciting. That is definitely in the works for next year. As far as for this year though, I don't think we're gonna do any other like major trips. I know we've talked about going to Big Bear and like renting a cabin when it like kind of starts to snow a little bit. So we'll probably do that, but I wouldn't really consider that like a huge trip. That would just be like a day away or a weekend away. We're like really not that far from Big Bear, so, but that's kind of it right now. But I definitely love traveling, and I love getting to record it and edit it. Those are my favorite types of videos that I get to do, because it's just so fun for me to look back at like the memories and all of the times. Like, I will still go back and watch like my Disney World vlogs, or like my Portland or New York even. Like, I'll go back and watch them just to like relive the memories, because I think it's so fun. And those are just the ones that I have the most fun editing, and I feel like are the most enjoyable to watch. So, oh my God, what a dream to be a travel vlogger. One can only hope. But that is pretty much it for me. I just wanted to do a little catch up with you guys, just to see how you guys have been doing, update you on why I've been so inconsistent on posting. I'm sorry. But I promise I will do better, and I'm very excited for fall. Fall is one of my favorite times of the year, so I'm super excited to do a bunch of fall activities and record them for you guys, and just like decorate and fully get in the fall spirit. It was gloomy this morning and it was feeling like fall. Now it's like 80 degrees and I'm in a long sleeve, so what can you do? But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next video.